And what did you consider to be the most important parts of your job as principal at Fremont High School?
Providing excellent teaching through hiring and releasing teachers.
Okay. During the 6 years that you were principal of Fremont High School, did you evaluate probationary teachers?
Yes.
And approximately how many probationary teachers were there each year while you were principal at Fremont High?
When I first took over, there were more. And I would say on average it was probably probationary, either Probe 1 or Probe 2. It was probably a range between, say, 5 and 10 each year.
Okay. And did you evaluate the probationary teachers each year when you were the principal at Fremont High?
Yes.
And did you make re-election decisions each year with regard to those probationary teachers?
Yes.
Did you ever make a re-election decision with regard to a first-year probationary teacher?
Yes.
How many times approximately?
Wow. Well, the first year I non-reelected 5 probationary ones. I recall that because I inherited some teachers that were not suitable for my school. And after that, an average of, 3 a year.
Okay. And generally, what did you... Sure. Sorry, Your Honor.
As a percentage of the total of the probationary teachers you elected not to reelect or decided not to reelect, how many of those were first year as opposed to second year, generally?
When it first started out, the majority were first year. And then as I was in control of the hiring, more of them made it to the second level or second year before being non-reelected. Out of the total hiring that I did, probably I released about 20%, either in the first or second year.
Understood, but if you could break it down between the first and second year of those you rejected.
Yes, I mean it would. Like I said, in the first year, it was about even because I inherited teachers. After that, I would say it was probably 60-40, 60% first year, 40% second year. Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor. And Dr. Raun-Lynde, generally, on what did you base your decision not to re-elect a first-year probationary teacher?
The California standards for the teaching profession.
Okay. And why did you decide generally not to re-elect a first-year probationary teacher?
They did not meet the standards.
Okay. Did you make these decisions to non-re-elect first-year probationary teachers yourself?
Yes.
And how did you know that a first-year probationary teacher was not meeting the standards of the teaching profession?
We had a well-organized system for evaluating teachers, and it involved everything from having pre-conferences, observations, post-conferences, the teachers turning in unit lesson plans before their first pre-conference, looking at student work with the teacher, and this was a year-long process. Usually, when I did it, I would be, and my assistant principals did it, be in the classroom at least 2 times in the first 2 months of school, and by February, it was not unreasonable to think you'd been in there 4 or 5 times. Some of those with the pre-conference and a post-conference, some just drop-ins.
Okay. And when you were the principal at Fremont High School, was there an induction program in the district?
Yes, it was a BITSA program.
And while you were principal at Fremont, did the probationary teachers at Fremont participate in the induction program?
Yes.
And did knowing that probationary teachers were in the induction program assist you in any way in making re-election decisions?
Objection, vague and ambiguous.
You understand the question now?
I do.
Objections overall, go ahead.
I would say yes.
And how did knowing that probationary teachers were in the induction program assist you in making decisions, those re-election decisions?
When the teacher got a lot of support, so they received support from their mentor, they received support from their department chair, they received support from colleagues, they received support through the evaluation process, it made you more comfortable deciding to non-reelect because you know that you gave them as many resources as possible, and they took advantage of those, and they just didn't cut the mustard, if you will.
Okay. Did you ever decide not to re-elect a probationary teacher during his or her second year?
Yes.
Okay, and I think the judge already elicited some of those numbers, but so we won't go there. We don't have to go there. Other than what you've already testified to regarding the decisions you made for non-reelection of probationary teachers in their first year, is there anything else that you based your decision not to re-elect a second probationary teacher on?
No.
Okay. Did you have enough time to make re-election decisions during your tenure as principal of Fremont High School?
Yeah, absolutely.